Welcome to the audio excerpts of special seminars and conversations with Nolan Narula on gettingpositivekarmanow.com.
At times what happens in life also, a number of times we have been able to take the decisions also. And we do not know whether we are taking a decision correctly or not. But in that case, what happens, sir, you and ma'am advise us whether the decision taken is correct or not. Then you see, what is happening is, the moment you say it is correct or so, you go in. Then we get the motivation to get it implemented also. And that kind of motivation we continue to get from you and ma'am at times together. So that makes the life forward.
That's fine that you get the guidance, but the question is that ultimately you make up your own mind. We are not forcing you to do anything, at least I never do. I always lay out options in front of you. I always say, if you do something in this direction, a most likely result is this. If you do that, that is the most likely result. And certain things I will say definitively that this is going to be the result. Now, that doesn't require supernatural powers. It requires looking at things as they are and understanding that human nature is the same everywhere. People are basically driven by two forces. And the two forces are simply, the first force is, which is very, very powerful, is fear and anxiety. And the second force is desire to gain something. So you will balance the two, desire for gain or profit or benefit, against the fear or the anxiety that what I may or may not get out of it. What is the downside? What is the upside? And the third thing that goes into this equation is that you would like to expend the minimum of effort getting there. That is a law of nature. Conservation of energy. If you know these three simple rules, we are afraid, we want something, and we want to conserve energy. We have always said that the more uncomfortable path is the more better path to get a better result. Why? Because you are out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone keeps you stuck where you are. And you need to have a balanced view about what drives other people. And that you can only understand if you know what drives you. What is the motivation? So people are motivated by something. That's a desire to gain something, and then they're motivated by fear. So in order to avoid a greater pain, a person will tolerate a lesser pain. That is an intelligent man. He will avoid a pleasure to enjoy a greater pleasure. That is an intelligent man. This is all that you need to know. Along with the healing energy, you know why are people doing certain things? They're doing it because of these reasons only. Whether they're a materialist or they're a spiritualist, everybody is driven by these principles. When you're a spiritualist or you're on the spiritual path, you're driven by a higher principle. It doesn't mean that the rules of principality disappear. They exist. So if somebody is on the spiritual path or they're a spiritual teacher, I am here as a spiritual teacher today, what drives me? What is my motivation? There are a few motivations. One is that by interacting with others, by communicating with others on this path, I increase my own understanding and realization of the spiritual path. That is the first thing. I benefit from that. Along the way, you also benefit. What is my any other motivation? I may have a lot of information, I may have knowledge. But unless it comes out in the open through the medium of people who are seeking it, that knowledge is of no use. A teacher, when you use the word teacher, a teacher who doesn't have students is in suspended animation. So students or inquirers are required in order to allow the energy of the teacher to flow forth. And if that is not happening, then that function of the teaching is not taking place. What is another motivation? The other motivation is that this is my life's work. This is my major work in life. So presumably I should earn my living or some part of it from this. Now all of this mix has to go in balance with the other factor that I would feel good about it. That's another motivation. So everyone is driven by these motivations. You can call it a higher motivation. You can call it a lower motivation. I am speaking very frankly and very openly. And I do not consider that any questions you may ask about this would be offense. I absolve you of that. In case you think that you can't ask questions because you're going to be offensive, or you have been told over time that you should not question. There are certain things that you should not question endlessly, yes. It's like a child, you're going on a journey and little children will ask, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Every few minutes, and the parents get fed up. No, we'll let you know when we get there, isn't it? Little kids say, have we reached? So that's a very simplistic example, but in the same way, if you're going to keep asking that question, the answer will be do your healing and you'll find out. And then as you do your healing, if you run into roadblocks, if you run into obstacles, if you run into hold-ups, we are there to help you. We means me, Reiki and the KQ force. That's we. It's not a royal we. It's a combination of three energies, myself, the force and Reiki. So we are here to help you, and please feel free to ask. And I give you a overriding caution. If something you don't understand, something that you're not comfortable with it, please do not do it. It is not offense. If I give you a direction, do this, and you do not do it, that may constitute offense. I rarely give that direction. Rarely. Because I always leave it optional so that there is no offense. Is that clear? Shamli, you had something.
So what is sufficient?
Yes, you tell me, what do you understand by sufficient healing?
You've been listening to a discussion with Nala Narula on www.gettingpositivekarmanow.com.